Hello everybody, it's Bella here and welcome to Lunchbox Theory, woohoo! Today we are going to start looking at how to read music. This is something that loads and loads of people want to do. Lots of people have seen this kind of music and think, whoa, that looks crazy. But it's really not as tricky as it sounds. Or as it looks. It might be a while before we're reading all of this fluently, but we will get there. So, let's see what is in my lunchbox today. I have some spaghetti, and it's not a meatball, because I don't eat meat, but it's a falafel ball, because I thought spaghetti and meat / falafel balls might go together quite nicely. So, like I say, a lot of us have seen music that looks like this, and what we normally focus on is all of this stuff here. But what we're going to look at today is this little bit here, just this tiny symbol. This is called a clef, and this is the most important part of the music when you are starting to read. Okay? So, here we have our stave. This is like where the music is going to be written. And the first thing that we need to be able to read this is we need our clef. Okay? I've got 3 spaghetti clefs today. Okay? I've got a treble clef, I've got an alto / tenor clef, I'll tell you more about that in a minute, and a bass clef. Now, if we think of reading music like a code, our treble clef or our clef is a key. Okay, it tells us how to read the code. So, I'm going to put my treble clef here at the beginning of the stave. Now, we can put our note anywhere on the stave, but until we look at our clef, we don't know how to read that note. We don't know what that note is going to be. But we know once we put our clef there, we know what that note is going to be. For example, in a treble clef, this note here is a B, okay? But if I change the clef, I can change what note this is without even changing where it is on the stave. See, I've changed my treble clef to a bass clef, and now we've got a different key for reading that code. And now this note is a D. I haven't moved that note at all. It's still in exactly the same place, but it's a different note. Instead of a B, it's a D. Just because I've switched the clef. So here we've got a B, here we've got a D, and if I was to switch the clef again, that's now a C. It's not a B or a D, it's a C. And if I move this up 1, makes it into a tenor clef, now that's an A, even though I've not touched this note at all. So it's all very well learning what all of the spaces and all of the lines are, but until we know which clef we are using, that is completely useless, because we need that to be our key to tell us how we're going to be reading those notes. And you can see in this music we get all sorts of different clefs. We get treble clefs, we get tenor clefs, we've got some bass clefs in here as well. And so that is the number 1 thing that we need to read when we're starting to read music, because we need to know what our key is. Okay? So that is lesson number 1. What is a clef? It is the key to our musical code, and it's super important. And we're going to be starting mostly with a treble clef when we start reading or continue reading. And we'll tell you more about that in a couple of weeks. Bye!